right, so check this angle and exploit. And the more I think about it, like I had all these like wrong ideas, but the wrong ideas forces you to realize what the snaps are, because now certain people has no choice but to be tuned into what I'm talking about, focus groups, where I can understand where it doesn't make any sense at all coming to you, right? But now the conservative populist platforms are starting to talk about social groups. What's it called? Not focus groups, because they inherited one when Biden supposedly came up with Ultra Mega. Now they're saying that it was a focus group that came up with that and told him to say it, but now the fact that they're making Ultra Mega memes makes them a focus group. So they're saying, hi, yeah, it's like we're a focus group, like these focus groups and that, and talking shit about focus groups and saying we're a focus group too and shit. Yeah, yep. And that just happened today. It just happened today. So I have to take credit for that. It's probably the only content I didn't steal, but if I don't take credit, you're gonna think I took pointers from the populist platforms. When we had the focus group happen first, when GBO Gaston LARPed as a focus group and then recessivated back into a wannabe, a Zark, a wannabe, right? So, because he would have been better off if he had just stayed in college, but it turned out he's not in college, right? You know what I mean? He was trying to get a rise. So, and of course it's very general. It can be over generalized, you know what I mean? But you still have to watch out for them, because they are like a doorway into, you know, it's like trying to create your own reality. Even my mom tries to do this shit. Like her world seems to be like a small parameter around her, you know what I mean? And it's still the same programming, where if you try to go outside, it's scary. You know what I mean? It's outside the perimeter is scary. So it's just like I have to worry about how she processes and shit, because she's the first one to get used by or manipulated, and very manipulative at the same time. It's like she wants you to get down with this frequency, like, you know, get better, and you gotta wear a mask, and but slowly she's locking down everything. It's like she like, it's okay if we go and visit my sister and her husband and the baby, but not if I get a ride. Not if I get a ride. You know what I mean? I gotta take bus and BART, and I get there and I gotta wear a mask and shit. Like, that's all the same Munchausen fucking. Like, it could have been a focus group that let you know that Munchausen was the cool guy in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Everybody likes that guy, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, even though he's like, they're just telling you that the best times that he ever had was when he was sick and under the weather, so they're always acting like they're sick. And I don't want to get wrapped up into debate about whether or not they are actually sick, because I wish they would just go and lie down and take a rest and come back and get well. But the thing is that they can just get sick for any reason. And everybody has to be afraid of what they're afraid of, and you have to heal yourself the way that their doctor tells them that they have to heal themselves. But fucking, you're not supposed to get healed because you want to be sick all the time. Focus group is dangerous, or they could be perfectly benevolent, and we already went through that. I don't know the reason I'm talking about this again, because somebody brought up a GBO Gaston video from before when I didn't even know who he was. All the shit that I didn't talked about since then, and he's gonna tell me something about that, like that old shit, and like, I'm not trying to say that he's acting like he's tough, but if you're worried about me, you're still acting worried. So if you're saying that I'm like, gotta get better or get well, or are you okay? It's like, are you okay? And shit like that. It could be that, or it could be, it could just flip on a dime. And if that doesn't work, if saying, are you okay, and everything doesn't work, then, what's it called? Oh, fuck, I forgot. I don't know if they just start talking shit. Was it fucking, there was it's a strategy. It's like, it doesn't matter whether you detest or worship yourself. It's inviting you to do either. I don't, oh yeah, he's saying, I couldn't understand you. It's like saying, okay, I'll be like, you're keeping it 100, but you know, be careful what you're talking about. Be safe. You know, you might, don't say too much kind of shit. Like, and then fucking, it could just, if that doesn't work, it'd just be like, oh shit, they're worried about you. He was our friend. Everybody will say Kevin Samuels was my friend, shit like that. And then they're protecting whatever situation that went on between the fake nurse that lied to the police and the undercover cop that discovered his body. Like, what the fuck? Did she leave? She said he fell on top of her, and then what? She left? She knows how to provide CPR, but then she doesn't know how to provide CPR. She's a nurse, but then she doesn't. And so, like, everybody's their friend saying, and then they're trying to play up the fear. You know what I mean? They're trying to say, like, oh, I can't believe that he's died. Like, I can't believe that he's died, implying that if you're not alive, then you're in some sort of place that it could be like worse than here, but like playing it up to like saying like that's not my aura about saying that anything should happen to him. But isn't it weird that he dogged the black woman? He just dogged and dogged. Like, I don't know the fuck you are telling me that he did any of that shit. How much time did you actually fucking watch any Kevin Samuels? So fucking it's not that they're not even responding to the right video. They're responding to another video. She's saying focus groups is only going to want to do the same thing. Like, it's just a little parasite, you know. It only has one end game. It's only going to change its end game until you force it to capitulate or to fold up its you know, like fold up its like little operation, and you know what I mean, it's over, you know. Like, what do you want? You probably want more black enlistment to go to Ukraine. The whole military isn't interested in getting fucking LARPs and shit like that. There's only a criminal element of the military that is doing that. You know. We've been watching their Saturday morning cartoons and all that shit programming. You know. And it's not even like a lot of people could have known. Like, if Bill Cosby knew that, then he might have wanted a pension or something. If he knew that he worked for a clandestine agency, and then he would be like, damn, where's my pension? I didn't even know I worked for them. They have child actors too. They're not supposed to have child actors that don't even know that the trauma that they're experiencing isn't a LARP. You know, but people could just as easily forget that it ever happened. Like, remember there was playing on mainstream news, they had a kid being tortured in a cage behind a stage, and she was saying that there was a dude yelling at her, and he was saying, what's my name? And she was like this, and they were trying to say that it was or wasn't John Podesta. You know what I mean? But as soon as John Podesta is forgotten about or not, then nobody is still like, who is that? Who is that screaming in the cage? That's not an Unsolved Mysteries. It's like that motherfucker from Unsolved Mysteries and take on a whole nother look. He's something scary, you know. He seemed like a creeper. Because why the fuck do we have Unsolved Mysteries then? They don't solve mysteries. we're all gonna be faced with this shit eventually. How do you know what's the easiest way to you know, since it's like it seems like nobody gonna escape. Nobody can escape, so but we don't know what the easiest way to try to cheat and get out of it is either. Because it could be harder. Like you have to be smart. You have to be, that's where we're at. You can't afford to be stupid about this, whatever it is that we're talking about. It can mean something different for anybody, but we're in the same paradigm, then that's what you know. So like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you just need to chill the fuck out. Maybe you need to stop asking people what the fuck they're talking about so much. Because of focus groups sound like an alien language to you, or maybe you think that that's some shit that is for above pay grade and niggas aren't supposed to be able to disseminate fucking, you know what I mean? It's not like you can stop it, but you might well know when it's going on. You know, maybe it's a paid focus group.